Ah, the magnificent and wonderful West. Wide open vistas to fill the heart and fire the imagination. The majestic San Juan Mountains. More than a dozen peaks in this range tower over 14,000 feet. Uncompahgre, the tallest sentinel of this wild domain. And the Slumgullion Slide, which some 700 years ago formed a natural dam for the Lake Fork River and created Colorado's only natural body of water, Lake San Cristobal. This is the same view the first prospectors had when they rode into these valleys over the Continental Divide in search of silver and gold. The rustic remnants of mining activity that built Lake City can still be found throughout the surrounding mountains. Hollowed out dreams that went bust against the hard times that surrounded the search for silver.
We blasted the ore and hand sorted it and brought it out of the mine and carried it out of here on horses to the railroad. The wages in those days was 50 cents an hour was the maximum. I have here in my hand 2 samples of extremely rich gold ore, free gold, yellow free gold. This was taken off the surface on this Monte Queen mine up on near the top.
It was back in the 1870s when these mountains lured men to seek their fortunes in the Lake Fork Valley. Word of gold discovery brought a settlement of 13 cabins in 1875 and fostered an expansion to some 5,000 residents as the 1890s approached. Throughout this period, Lake City was the product of rich silver veins. But unlike other boom towns of that era, the lawless element was heavily outweighed by a class of citizens who were more interested in society and culture. Churches, a school, grand balls, drama, and choral events set a tone for Lake City that was quite unlike any other mountain mining towns. Even so, much of Lake City's notoriety came from an act of cannibalism in 1874, when a man named Alfred Packer led 5 prospectors in an expedition into the San Juans. Severe winter weather halted their progress in the mountains and left them with little more to eat than their shoes, which may have been their last meal at the foot of the Slumgullion Pass. When Packer showed up 6 weeks later looking well-fed and spending freely from several wallets, suspicions led authorities to the bodies of the men Packer claimed to have lost in a snowstorm. The men had been murdered, robbed, and cannibalized. While many thought he should have hung, Packer served only 8 years after a sympathy campaign by the Denver Post won his release. When you go exploring over the Continental Divide into Lake City, you'll find the conditions much more hospitable. In fact, since Packer died of natural causes in 1906, not a single camper in this area has been cannibalized. Around the time of Packer's death, Lake City's economy was rapidly declining. The dollar had been taken off the silver standard, and Lake City didn't emerge from its tailspin until the Roaring Twenties, when another class of prospector entered the area. The pleasure seeker began showing up in a new symbol of prosperity, the automobile. And as the trickle of tourism grew, Lake City recovered gracefully and largely intact, its turn-of-the-century architecture preserved. There's much more to Lake City than fading memories, and what links the past to the present is a dauntless pioneer spirit. The people who lived and worked in this well-preserved mining town were part of a very forward-looking community. And there are so many good things going for this area, the future here is something they'd be proud to share with everybody. Present-day Lake City has as much opportunity for good times as any place you'll find. Take summer, for instance. The summer is full of opportunity. There are hundreds of miles of open terrain for you to enjoy yourself. You can head out for high adventure on the Jeep Trail, or settle back and cook up an open-air breakfast. You can fish the clear mountain streams, which are teeming with rainbow, brown, and brook trout. Later, mount up for a trail ride on the horse of your choice. Play in the inviting waters of beautiful Lake San Cristobal. Take to the Lake Fork River on a raft with a bunch of your friends. The white water here is pleasant and the scenery is astounding. And if you're qualified, do the trip in a kayak. Play the river for all it's worth. Probably the best part of summer for us are the festivities which surround the 4th of July. All sorts of high spirits, picnics, get-togethers, and good times shared with friends. Lake City is a real mountain playground, and it's a great place to be a kid, no matter how old you are. The number of friendly faces increases as the day unfolds, and soon they're all crowded around the street in anticipation of the annual parade. The 4th of July parade traditionally kicks off the celebration in fine fashion. throughout the day, Lake City carries on with celebration and song.
There's a whisper in the canyons, like a crystal fountain flowing through my mind. Gentle aspens, towering spruce trees, point like ancient twisted fingers to the indigo sky. Uncompahgre's silent vigil, treasuring visions of the days gone by. Like a rolling mountain stream in the spring, I'm so full. Like an eagle on the wing, I'm so high. Like a woolly wolverine, big I'll just let the world go by and stay high up in the Rockies till I die. Where the spirit divine seems to pan the sands of soul and time, to reveal, to refine what in life is gold. There are other hills to climb. There's a Rocky Mountain rainbow, like a halo, round the western side of time. There's a whisper in the canyons, like a crystal fountain flowing through my mind. Like a rolling mountain stream in the spring, I'm so full. Like an eagle on the wing, I'm so high. Like a woolly wolverine, think I'll just let the world go by and stay high up in the Rockies till I die. Like a rolling mountain stream in the spring, I'm so full. Like an eagle on the wing, I'm so high. Like a woolly wolverine, think I'll just let the world go by and stay high up in the Rockies till I die. And stay high in the Rockies till I die. Till I die.
In the end, the sounds of cannons echo from the mountains as fireworks celebrate the birth of our nation. As the starry summer nights grow cooler, Lake City ushers in an even brighter season. A season that draws folks once again into mountains laced with gold. This is a season of sensory delights, the opulence of nature's boldest brushstrokes on a rough and untamed canvas. It speaks to a time of primacy and readiness for survival through the colder months ahead, a time when chipmunks pack their cheeks, when sportsmen test their skills against the abundant but elusive elk and deer that populate the mountainsides. It's a season of feasts, and one that need not wait for Thanksgiving. Lake City can wine and dine you in fine fashion.
Alors Jean-Pierre, tu enlèves la table là, s'il vous plaît, la table 7.
With a special warmth that always accompanies well-prepared cuisine. Finally, the setting sun will take with it all of the mountain's gold. And soon, when it rises again, the sun will reveal the spectacular white blanket of winter. What can you do in a little mountain town when the snow settles in? Have a ball in the biggest playground in the Rockies. Lake City is the snowmobile capital of the world. Here you can ride for mile upon mile of forest lands which surround Lake City. And there are great groomed trails maintained by the Continental Divide Snowmobile Club. Or if you like the quiet serenity of cross-country skiing, there's plenty of room for everybody here. And when paths cross, there's an excuse to celebrate this winter wonderland together. Even in winter, Lake City is never at a loss for those who refuse to give up on sports which are normally associated with summer.
We've got a lot of avid golfers here in Lake City, and we've been known to even have a golf tournament during the winter months here. Yes, golf on ice at Lake St. Christopher. How do you play golf in the wintertime? Well, you paint your balls orange. Come play golf in Lake City with us, folks.
Even the Lake Fork's rainbows and browns will rise to a wintertime fly. So as winter finally does begin yielding to the coming of spring, the sporting life in Lake City follows the snow into the rivers, and the cycle of enriching opportunities begins once again. Lake City, a Colorado mountain town founded by people who came in search of a richer life. Today, the folks who call it home, or home away from home, have found those riches all around them.